Take a look at this. These tiny specks are lemongrass seeds. And if you've never grown them before, you might be wondering, how in the world do I plant something this small? Unlike other vegetable seeds, you see we got some rhubarb seed here, we got some green bean seeds, and then here's our lemongrass. Where normally you would plant one seed in the soil to get a plant, with lemongrass seeds, you actually need to sow several seeds together to make one full plant. For this, we're going to be using a 72 cell tray. So in each of these cells, I'm going to be planting around 15 seeds. Now, that might sound like a lot, but in this little tiny packet is 1,000 seeds. Now you're going to want to adjust your numbers accordingly, because unless you want 72 lemongrass plants, you might want to back off a bit and just do a few cells. This is a standard nursery tray. If you want to pick up something that's going to last, this is a bootstrap farmer tray, and the plastic is much better, not crushable, and it also comes with a sweet humidity dome, in which I'm going to show you how to use later. Link will be in the description if you're interested. Next thing we're going to do is fill this tray up with some seed starting mix or a good quality potting soil. Either one will work. And check out my fancy scooper. If you want to make one of these at home, you can use a milk jug. I'm going to scoop out my soil here and begin filling up the cells. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and wet the soil first. That way when we put down our lemon seeds, they stick and it begins the germination process. Next, we're going to take a pinch of seeds and we're going to place it right in our bottom leaf. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get serious. We're going to take a pinch of seeds and see this cell right here? This is going to be a good one for demonstration. I am going to sprinkle them out to where it's kind of evenly distributed and nice and full. Now, I didn't really count how many seeds, but that's probably the right amount. You know, that looks like a lot, but these will all sprout together and make a nice full plant. Let's do another one for demonstration. We'll do the one right beside the one we just did. So again, we're just going to sprinkle them out. And I'm not counting these. It would be too tedious of a job to count each little individual seed. But again, 15, 20, 25 seeds. These cells are a little bit bigger than what we normally sow in, so I'm going to put a little bit more. Again, making sure we have a nice full plant. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these cells, and then we'll talk about what to do next. If you're going to be starting some herbs and vegetables from seeds, it's inevitable. You're going to want a sprayer. I'll link this one down in the description or one like it. We're going to go ahead and mist these to lock them in place. Lemongrass seeds are so light, they're like feathers. One little breeze and these would probably fly off the potting soil. This kind of go ahead and starts that germination process and kind of locks them in place. For the next step, you've got a couple of options. You can leave these seeds exposed. That's kind of risky because they can dry out. If you're going to do that, you got to keep them constantly moist or those seedlings will die and dry out. What I like to do instead is get that good old seed starting soil and do a light dusting. So we're just going to gently cover these seeds. We're not going to bury them 3 or 4 inches. We're just going to lightly dust them. That way when we keep them moist, this top layer of potting soil keeps everything from drying out. And now we're going to mist one more time. So why are we growing lemongrass anyway? Well, it turns out it's a big staple in Asian and Thai cuisine. It's a natural bug repellent. And much like these citronella plants I got growing behind me, it has a nice fragrance, sort of a lemony scent. Okay, back to growing. When it comes to lemongrass seeds, they can be a little slow to germinate, so there's a couple things we can do. One is to put your seed tray on a heat mat. Right here, you can see we've got some other stuff started here, some celosia, we got some gomphrena even, but this heat mat right here is going to keep the soil temperatures around 70 to 80 degrees, which is going to speed up the germination by a lot. This is a commercial heat mat. If you're looking to get one for your home, I'll link a residential one down in the description. The second thing you can do is use a humidity dome. This traps in the moisture and creates a greenhouse effect. This is going back to why I love this tray from Bootstrap Farmer. It comes with one, and it's even got these vents on the top, so you can adjust how much moisture leaves. That way it don't get too hot in here, we can set it like that and it'll let some of that heat dissipate. If you don't have a humidity dome, you can just use a piece of plastic, throw it over your tray. This is going to really trap in the moisture, not let it escape, and keep your seeds from drying out. All right, guys, you are not going to believe this. After just 4 days, we had germination. That's the fastest I think I've ever seen lemongrass germinate. And I attribute it to a couple things. One, we did not take this humidity dome off unless it got really, really hot, and then we would to kind of let it air out. But the second thing we did is we kept our cell pack on the heating mat at all times and kept the soil temperature around 80 degrees. So this is day 10. I'm going to show you how great these seedlings are looking. Just across every cell, we have really, really great germination. And these guys are going to be your future lemongrass. This is a tray of lemongrass we started about 6 to 8 weeks ago. You can see these plants are nice and full now. We're going to pull one out. You can press on the bottom, kind of loosen up the root ball, give it a nice little tug, and look at the roots on this. This is how you know it's ready. We have nice, healthy white roots. This needs to be transplanted. I like to use something like a 6-pack tray or even a quart pot to move it up into. This is not so big that it has all this loose soil that could potentially rot it. So I'm just going to make a little indentation here, pop in the plug, and then we're going to need to water it in. Once you water it in, get all those air pockets out, now it's time to monitor the soil, making sure it stays moist, but on the flip side, not too soggy or it could rot it. Lemongrass loves warmth and full sun, so we're going to make sure this is getting 6 to 8 hours of direct sun daily. So if you're growing this at a time of year, maybe it's February, March, where the temperatures are dropping down in the 40s and 30s, you're going to want to bring it inside and then back out in the sun on the warm days. All right, we fast forwarded a couple months and we have a mature lemongrass. Now, when can you start harvesting lemongrass? Well, when the plant reaches at least a foot tall. Now, this plant in particular is well over that. And when you start to harvest, you want to snip it from the outside. This will keep it growing from the middle and you'll get a continuous supply all season long. When it comes to harvesting, look for dark green, 1/2 inch thick stalks, and you want to clip near the base because that's where all the flavor is. So for example, right here we have a stalk on the outside, about 1/2 inch thick. I'm going to cut it as close to the base as I possibly can. And look at that. Oh, that smells so good. We just harvested our first bit of lemongrass. And that's it. Whether you plan on transplanting your lemongrass into your raised beds or keeping them in containers, this method will ensure you have fresh, fragrant stalks all season long. Let me know down in the comments, are you going to try growing lemongrass from seed? If you have any questions, just drop them below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That way you get updated every time we release a new video. And until next time, become a plant person.